All right, good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Texas Association of College Admissions Counseling Fair. We are so excited to have you here. Just a few housekeeping things before we get started and we hear from our institutions. You are able to ask questions during this webinar, so please utilize the Q&A feature. Just one quick piece of advice, make sure that you direct those questions specifically to the school or schools that you're wanting to hear from. That way you get the most accurate and best information possible. We cannot see or hear you, so utilizing that Q&A will be really important, and also just know that you kind of have that privacy of not being seen or heard by our reps this evening. Please feel free to sign up for more sessions. This is our last block of sessions for tonight, but there will be additional sessions happening tomorrow. And so just to make sure you get as much information as possible, we'd love to have you join us tomorrow as well. If you're unable to or are wanting to get more information from other institutions, we will have recordings available for this session as well as all of our other ones within about 1 week or so. And you will be able to find those at strivescan.com/Texas. So that is it for the initial housekeeping items. I'm now going to stop sharing my screen, and we are going to hear from Belmont University.
All right, thank you so much, James. I'm excited to meet all of you all and introduce you all to Belmont University. I'm going to start things out. Let me share my screen. 1 second. All righty, so I really want to welcome everyone to Belmont University. My name is Kiara Reese. I'm an admissions counselor for Belmont. We are located in Nashville, Tennessee. All righty, so some quick facts about Belmont. We have about 8,200 students, with 6,630 of those students being undergraduate students. Actually, 67% of our students are coming from outside of Tennessee. So coming onto Belmont's campus, you won't feel like an outsider because a lot of our students are coming actually from every single state in more than 28 different countries. Our average class size is 19 students. That's amazing because you're able to have a one-on-one connection with your professors, even with staff on campus. So we're always making sure that you're engaged and feeling supported while you're at Belmont. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Nashville, Tennessee, which is also my home. I'm a Nashville native, and of course, we're known for country music, cowboy boots, even hot chicken, if you've had that before. But Nashville has so much to offer. We're ranked Forbes top 25 fastest growing cities. We're also top 3 fashion capital in the nation, and a lot of people do not realize that, what Nashville has to offer and how much we bring. Nashville is also incredibly innovative. Changing completely, even since I was growing up there. The city has completely changed, and Belmont is changing along with the city. Alrighty, so 2 neighborhoods I do want you all to think about if you all come to visit campus, or if you're just in Nashville for free time, is Hillsborough Village as well as 12 South, because that is where Belmont is nestled in those 2 neighborhoods. Amazing historic neighborhoods. A lot of our students go to different coffee shops that are just walking distance from campus. A big main program that we have at Belmont is music business. We are the Music City. A really cool thing that Belmont offers is we actually have 2 studios on campus, and we have 5 studios on Music Row in Nashville, Tennessee. So we're able to offer you an experience in your undergraduate career, as well as when you graduate in the future, to get you inside of the studio, getting real world experience. All right. So let's talk about academics. I did mention that our top program is music business, but with that being said, we have over 100+ majors across many different academic colleges, ranging from architecture and design, science and mathematics. Our majors and programs completely range. Music business being our top major, but our second top major is actually nursing. Reason why is because we are a direct admittance program. So once you're accepted into Belmont, you're also into the nursing school as well. So that really relieves a lot of stress, especially joining into your college career. Other majors that are following, of course, commercial music, songwriting, psychology, motion pictures, and these are just to name a few. There are many options and opportunities that you can take on at Belmont University. All right, so let's talk about study abroad. Study abroad is an amazing experience for any of our students on here that are interested in learning another language, speak another language. Immersion is the best way to learn, okay? Over a thousand students at Belmont University study abroad each year. Reason why is because we have what's called a Maymester. It happens in May, where we knock off 2/3 of your tuition just to study abroad. It's a pretty awesome program and a great way to explore the world all around you. If study abroad isn't something that you're necessarily interested in, we also have study away, so you can stay right here in the country, go to different programs in LA, New York City. We also partner with music festivals such as Bonnaroo. So there are so vast amount of options for you to be able to get involved in different cities, countries, and states. All right. Let's talk about what is it like to be a student at Belmont University. We have more than 160 organizations and clubs, with our number one club in 2020 being the Kite Club. Yes, kites. We were flying kites. One student thought it'd be an amazing idea to fly kites on campus, and it took off to be the number one organization in 2020. And that goes to show you that anything that you're interested in, bring that onto Belmont University's campus, because you're going to get some people that like that as well. And if you do not see an organization and club that's there for you, you can make your own, and that is amazing. We have 17 NCAA Division I athletic teams. If you wanted to be a football star, may not happen at Belmont. We don't have football, but we do have everything else. An amazing basketball team. We actually just wrapped up with homecoming. It was a really exciting time for students on campus. All right, and this just goes to show some pictures of how lively and exciting student life is down over there in the corner to see our basketball team, which I mentioned before. And students are able to attend those games for free, which is really great. Okay, so let's talk about applying to Belmont University. Let's talk about some hard requirements, which is a high school transcript as your school counselor recommendation. And then right now, what's amazing is we are test optional. So if you want to submit test scores, you can. If you don't, you do not have to submit those, okay? For scholarships. So let me start with, when you apply to Belmont, you are automatically applying for scholarships as well. Okay, so one deadline I want you all to remember is December the 1st. If you have your application in before then, you're going to be in the running for those higher award scholarships, are named in departmental scholarships. But the one that will always be there regardless of that December 1st date are our general academic merit scholarships that range from $3,000 to $10,000. All righty, thank you all so much. Hopefully you were able to learn a lot from just my presentation. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask it in the chat, and thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. And again, students joining us, please feel free to send in those questions via the Q&A feature in Zoom and direct those specifically to the institution you're wanting to hear from. Moving right along, we are now going to hear from Sewanee, University of the South.
Hi, everyone. How are you this evening? My name is Nancy York, and I'm an Associate Director of Admission at Sewanee. I am also a 2011 graduate of the college. I thought I would do something a little bit different tonight, and instead of having you listen to me talk about Sewanee, I thought I would have you watch a video that I feel like really encapsulates the spirit and ethos of Sewanee and gives you a really good introduction to campus, the student body, and the university as a whole. So I'll go ahead and play that for you now, and then of course we'll be available via chat to answer any questions that you have.
Hi, I'm Taylor Baird. I'm a graduate of Sewanee, and I currently work in the Office of Admission. And I get to tell you a little bit about my home for the past 10 years. You might be thinking, Sewanee, the University of the South, what does that entail? Well, the University of the South is so much more than a campus that we had to create new words for it. It's the mountain. It's our home on the Cumberland Plateau. It's the domain, situated between Nashville and Chattanooga. It's a working farm, a 13,000-acre forest, a natural playground with trails to hike and rocks to climb. But above all, it's a community. That's Sewanee. And it's a place that I hope you'll consider calling home one day too. The domain is where we live, eat, research, recreate, reflect, and compete. I mean, 30% of our students are scholar athletes competing on one of our Division III varsity athletic teams. It's a lot, and we like it that way. Our university motto, Ecce Quam Bonum, or EQB, ensures that we push each other and appreciate each other while dwelling together in unity. You'll be sharing Sewanee with about 1,700 other 17 to 22-year-olds and the broader community, so there's rarely a dull moment here. While we're nestled in Tennessee, you're still going to be encouraged and expected to engage with the global community. We want you to address global issues and engage in a way that connects Sewanee with the rest of the world. This is a place where everybody stands up for what they think and for what they believe in. That dialogue across difference and that true discourse is the environment that we strive to cultivate. For example, we have deep roots with the Episcopal Church, but we know that it's important to create a healthy interfaith environment here for students as well. With the combination of intellectual rigor and community, Sewanee will help you figure out who you are. As an institution, we've been exploring who we've been and who we are. We want to model that for students, that you're exploring those questions and that asking questions and seeking solutions is commonplace. You can do that at Sewanee because your professors are teachers and mentors first and researchers second. We believe in educating the whole person through the liberal arts education. That's what happens when you engage with your professors. You get out into the field and you wrestle with the questions that the world hasn't figured out the answers to yet. It's in that process that you will enhance your studies, hone your skills, and increase your postgraduate prospects. In hoping that you'll engage that way, we've made a commitment to you, the Sewanee Pledge. And the commitment is simple. We pledge to provide funding for a summer internship or research opportunity during your time at Sewanee. We also pledge that you'll be able to make global connections by providing access to a semester-long study abroad program at no additional tuition cost. And finally, we pledge that you'll graduate in 4 consecutive years with at least one major. If you do not, you can study for an additional year at Sewanee and no additional tuition cost. At Sewanee, if you give your best in good faith, we will honor that dedication and effort. You won't even have to compete with graduate students for these opportunities, and in many cases, worry about the funding that make them possible. Sewanee believes in access as much as we do excellence, which is why we're committed to meeting 100% of demonstrated financial need for all admitted first-year students. We also recognize academic achievement, so in addition to need-based aid, we do offer academic scholarships as well. Our goal is to accept the most talented students for whom Sewanee is the best choice, and then to provide the financial aid package that makes it possible for you to enroll here. That's the Sewanee lens. We want to find strong fit students and guide you through the search and application process. Sewanee is a common application school and there's no fee to apply. We also know that test scores aren't always the best indicator of a student's academic success. And that's why at Sewanee we're test optional. That allows you to choose to submit the ACT, SAT, or no scores at all. So if you're ready to take this journey and opt into this experience, I hope you'll choose to apply to Sewanee. I can't wait to see how you'll make this place your home and bring your perspective to our community.
All right. So thank you all for joining me for a little sneak peek into Sewanee. Again, if you have questions, I'll be available via chat, and we hope to see you in Sewanee sometime soon.
Great, thank you so much. And again, just as Nancy mentioned, please feel free to send those questions to the Q&A feature in Zoom for any of our representatives here this evening. All right, so next up, we are now going to hear from the University of Alabama.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Megan Borden. I am the regional recruiter for the University of Alabama here in Houston, Texas. I am one of 4 regional recruiters for the Texas area. So I am representing my colleagues and myself tonight as y'all's recruiters to tell you a little bit about the university and what we have to offer for our students here. We are located in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. We are kind of a little bit of mixture of a rural and urban. We are the capstone college for the state of Alabama, one of the oldest institutions in the state. We have over 38,000 students that are currently enrolled at the University of Alabama, with over 50% of our student population being from out of state. And our top 10 Bama-bound students, as you can see, number 4 is Texas. So you would be in great company with other Texans that attend the University of Alabama as well, in case you want to carpool or possibly room with someone else from the Texas area. For the 2020 freshman class this past year, we had an average GPA of 3.7, average ACT of a 27, and then the equivalent to that of a 1260 on the SAT, and then 256 National Merit Scholars attended the University of Alabama. For academics, we have something here for everyone. We have anywhere from engineering, communications, nursing, education. We also have honors programs. We also have what's called New College, where you could potentially have your degree and customized for you. So if there's something, maybe you're an out-of-the-box thinker and you would like to, multiple majors put together, you could potentially have that created and customized for you at the University of Alabama. So that's a separate application once you're accepted, if that's something you're interested in. For the Honors College, we do require a 30 on the ACT or a 1360 on the SAT with a 3.5 minimum GPA to apply for the Honors College. Some benefits to be eligible, some benefits after you are accepted to the Honors College. Average class size is about 25 students. We also have honor residential halls. This is completely optional. You do not have to live with the other honor students, but we do have this as an option for students that would like to, due to there is some living learning communities that you can be surrounded by other honor students to study with for tests. We also have honor advisors. You would get priority with registering for classes each semester, undergraduate research opportunities, and we also have some benefits for students that are looking at doing study abroad within the Honors College. There's some additional scholarships for those students. Fraternity and sorority life. So we do have a misconception at the University of Alabama that we are all Greek, that everyone is involved in the Greek life, and that's the only way to get involved on campus, because we do have a high presence of sorority and fraternity life. That is not the case. Only 35% of our student population is actually Greek life, and that's including fraternities and sororities. So if you are interested in participating in that, you are more than welcome. But if that's something that you're not interested in, we have over 650 plus organizations and clubs that you can get involved with to make your mark at our university. So please feel free to look to see what we have. And if there's something that you're not interested in out of that 650, then you can always create your own. That's how they all got started. Living like a legend, we do require all of our freshman students on campus to live on campus their first year. After that, you have the option to live on or off. We have anywhere from our traditional style dorms, where you would have community showers, community bathrooms, and share the room with your roommate. Or we have suite style residential halls, where you could potentially have your own room, your roommate has their own room, and you would share a bathroom with that roommate. We also do education abroad with more than 300 unique programs, over 60 countries that you could attend. So the sky is the limit as to where you potentially go for study abroad. And they have anywhere from semesters, trips, to also just doing a summer trip if you'd like. Merit scholarships, we are highly known for our merit scholarships at the University of Alabama. Our merit scholarships, these are automatically awarded just for applying to the University of Alabama. So as long as you meet one of the test scores, you don't have to have both the ACT and SAT, but you do have to have one or the other. So as long as you have one of the test scores and the GPA to go with that test score, after you are accepted to Alabama, you will automatically be awarded the scholarship. You do not have to fill out the scholarship application to receive this. You just have to apply to Alabama. Now, we still encourage you to fill out the scholarship application, because regardless if you meet the merit scholarship status, or if you do, you could potentially stack on to what we are already offering you. In the event that we go test optional again, as we did this past year, we also have scholarships for students in the event that they are not able to take a test. So these are scholarships. These are not automatically awarded. These cannot be stacked onto the merit scholarships. Students would receive one or the other, but this is based off of a student's GPA and the scholarship application and how they present themselves on that scholarship application. So these are very competitive, but we do have options for students without a test score in the event that we go test optional again. If you have questions, please feel free to take a picture of my contact information, reach out to me. Like I said before, I am one of 4 regional recruiters in the Texas area. I cover Houston and West Texas, Beaumont and Southeast area. So please feel free to reach out to me. And if I am not your specific recruiter, I will be happy to get you in contact with your San Antonio recruiter, Dallas recruiter, or Fort Worth recruiter. But please feel free, reach out to me. I'll be happy to help, and hope you have a wonderful day and roll Tide.
Oh, that was like a perfect buzzer beater.
Thanks. Sorry.
So, okay, and again, just as a reminder to students, please continue to utilize the Q&A to get your questions answered. And we are now going to move right along and hear from the University of Kentucky.
Okay, hey everyone, my name is Amanda and I'm with the University of Kentucky. I am based here in the DFW area, but I work with students all across the state of Texas. The University of Kentucky is the flagship institution of the state of Kentucky. We are in the SEC and we have a lot of school spirit in the Big Blue Nation. We have about 30,000 students total. That also includes all of our professional schools. So our medical school, dentistry school, law school, pharmacy school, just to name a few. We are located in Lexington, Kentucky. It's a wonderful town with a population of about 330,000 people. We have a really cool location. I like to think of Kentucky as the far north of the South, but the south of the Midwest. So it's a cool mix of Southern hospitality and Midwest charm. We're consistently rated as one of the safest cities to live in the United States. We are known as the horse capital of the world. Lexington is known for its great live music scene and local dining. It's a really cool mix of urban, suburban, and rural. You are literally a 10-minute drive from the rolling hills of Kentucky, but you're also a very short driving distance from large cities like Louisville and Cincinnati. Lexington definitely has that college town feel, and Lexington actually gets the 4 seasons, unlike Texas. So it snows in the winter, it's hot in the summer, and everything is red and orange in the fall. At the University of Kentucky, we have over 200 academic majors, everything you can think of, from our School of Engineering to psychology to equine science and management. We have new majors added every year. The most recent include biomedical engineering, public policy, and African American studies. We have a fantastic student to faculty ratio of 16:1, with 85% of our classes having fewer than 50 students. So as a larger institution, that's a number we are very proud of. Our professors want to know their students and be there to support them. We have great undergraduate research opportunities. That's not just reserved for upperclassmen or graduate students. We have a hospital located right on our campus. And I do have to brag for a minute. As of last week, UK healthcare has vaccinated 100,000 people. So having that hospital right on our campus is a great resource for students who are interested in healthcare, nursing, pre-med, just to name a few. We have enhanced academic and career advising. And we also offer exploratory studies options. If a student is undecided on what they want to major in, we'll pair them up with an academic advisor, get them through some different career matching programs, and help them find the best fit for them. Our campus recently underwent a $1.8 billion campus transformation, and we are finally at the tail end of those renovations. Our newest development is the Cornerstone Innovation Hub, and that houses a new esports lounge, an esports arena, and a new food hall. And this campus transformation has touched every corner of our campus, from our research facilities to our athletic venues to our residence halls. So our residence halls are kind of the shining star of our campus, in my opinion. We have some of the newest halls in the country. Our oldest hall was built in 2005. They all come fully furnished with desks, TV stands, Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Additionally, we offer great living learning programs. This is a way to live with other like-minded students. We have everything from service-based living learning programs to academic-based living learning programs, and that is included in the cost of your room and board. So there's no additional cost to be part of one of these programs. There are a lot of ways to get involved at the University of Kentucky. We have over 550 student clubs and organizations. So everything from squirrel watching to traditional sororities and fraternities, we really have it all. If there's not something on our campus that piques your interest, you can join or start your own club and organization. All you need to have is a faculty sponsor and a group of students to create your own club or organization. So our application typically opens on August 1st. There are 2 tracks you need to be mindful of, our early action and our regular decision. Typically those fall on December 1st and February 15th. We do the holistic review when we are looking at applications. So that means we are looking at all of you as a student. So your GPA, the rigor of your coursework, your essay, community service, awards and recognitions you've received. We want to see it all. We offer great merit-based scholarships as well for our out-of-state students. We call it the Bluegrass Spirits, and that is automatic consideration as long as you apply by the early action deadline. Those can range anywhere from $8,000 to $12,500 per year, and that is renewable as long as you maintain good academic standing at UK. We also have competitive scholarships you can apply for. Those are known as the presidential and the singletary, and that is full out-of-state tuition if you are awarded. As of now, we are test optional for this year. Hopefully we'll have more information soon moving forward on what our test optional policy is going to be, but I should have information on that very soon, hopefully over the summer at the latest. And lastly, I want to encourage all of you to visit campus if you can. We offer tours in person as well as some great virtual options. So whatever you are comfortable with, we offer it. That is it for me. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out to me, and go Cats.
Fantastic. Thank you so much to the University of Kentucky. And just as a heads up, we have 2 more institutions to hear from. So make sure that you get your questions in if you have any at this point. We are now going to hear from the University of South Alabama.
Hi, y'all. My name is Eleanor Self, and I work with the University of South Alabama in admissions. I am filling in for Crystal, who actually has the Texas area, and I will put her information on the screen at the end of this presentation so that if you would like to get in touch with her, you can. So the University of South Alabama, we are located in the bottom part of Alabama, right on the Gulf Coast, so the bottom part of the state. We are located in the city of Mobile, which is the oldest city in Alabama and the 3rd largest. So it has kind of everything you need. It has those opportunities for things like internships, jobs in the city, but it also has that Southern charm that I think a lot of people are looking for. We have a large campus for our students, and we have about 14,500 students, which puts us in a mid-range for universities. So we're big enough that you're going to have opportunities for clubs and organizations and study abroad and those sorts of things, but we're small enough that you are going to know your teachers and you're going to know the other students in your class. Our student to faculty ratio is 18:1. We also own and operate 2 hospitals, as well as a cancer research institute. So for those of you who are interested in the medical field, it is a really good place for you to do your studies. There are so many internship and research opportunities for our undergraduate students, and you can start those as early as your 2nd semester, your freshman year. Now, as you guys know, a university is split up into several different colleges, and they all have their own focus. Our biggest ones are going to be the College of Allied Health for future medical professionals, our College of Engineering, which is a 5-year program because it offers all of the students co-ops. We have the College of Nursing, which is also incredibly popular, again, because we have kind of that straight streamline into our medical facilities on campus. And so students really do get that amazing firsthand experience and that direct pipeline into a job. And then we also have an incredible honors college. So for those of you who want to challenge yourself a little bit more, while you're in college, or just want a more tight-knit community, that might be a good opportunity for you as well. Now, student services are there to help make that transition from high school to college easier, right? It is exciting when you go to college and become a college student, but you might need some help. And so that's what student services is there for. We have free academic tutoring. We have a writing center. We have an advising center. We have campus police that are there 24/7 to make sure that you feel safe. We have student disability services. So whether you have, a visible or an invisible disability, we're there to help you with that as well. We are also part of the Sunbelt Conference. We're D1, and all students get in free to home games. It is a huge part of being a Jaguar and being a part of culture on campus. And so a lot of students will go to the games, have a lot of fun. And we have just built a new stadium right on our campus. We used to have to go downtown, but now it's right there. You can walk to games, and it's a really, really fun experience. We also have over 200 clubs and organizations. So no matter what you want to get involved in, we will probably end up having it. We have everything from social clubs to academic clubs to creative clubs, sororities, fraternities. We have a bass fishing club, athletic clubs. So whatever you are looking for, we're going to have. But if we don't, you can always start your own club and build something that you'd like to see on campus. Now, when it comes to living on campus, all of our freshman residents are required to be on campus, but you are allowed to bring your car to campus as well. So it's $5 for the year, and you just park it in the residence halls. We have no community bathrooms in our residence halls. All of our residence hall rooms have a dedicated bathroom inside of them. And as a freshman, you get access to kind of two types of rooms. We have that more traditional type where you'll share the room with one other person, and then you'll share a bathroom together, as well as single rooms. So you could have your own room and then share a bathroom with one other person. We have free unlimited laundry on campus, a campus mailbox, free high-speed Wi-Fi, digital cable in your room as well. So everything that you need when you're living on campus. We also have incredible food options on campus. We have the traditional dining hall, but we also have fast food options like Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, Moe's, all of those as well. Now, how do you get into the University of South Alabama? So you can apply online. We have an application on our website as well as through the Common App. You'll need to send in your transcript with a minimum 2.5 GPA and send in your official ACT or SAT scores with a minimum of a 19 or a 990. South is test optional for this year. We will have more information about next year over the summer, but we're hoping that that continues so that we can look at your transcript alone. Now, how much does it cost to come to South Alabama? So here are the in-state and the out-of-state rates. Everything is the same except for the tuition and fees. That's where it's going to vary. However, our scholarships start at a 3.0 GPA and a 1060 SAT or a 21 ACT. And if you qualify for one of these admissions scholarships, all of our out-of-state students will receive in-state tuition rates. So instead of paying the out-of-state rates, you're going to be paying the in-state rates that you see. The priority deadline for most of these scholarships is going to be December 1st. So again, just make sure you're applying that first semester of your senior year. Now, here is Crystal Garcia. She is your representative, and she's really great. If you have any questions or need more information about South, she is there to help. But that's about it for me.
Thank you so much to the University of South Alabama. And now, last but certainly not least, we are going to hear from the University of Tennessee.
All righty, everyone. Last but certainly not least, just like James said, my name is Clinton Brown, and I am your admissions counselor for the University of Tennessee. We are located in Knoxville, Tennessee, just about 2.5 hours east of Nashville and about 45 minutes from the most visited national park in the country, the Great Smoky Mountains. Knoxville itself, it's not too big, it's not too small. It's going to be right in the middle for you guys. And the best way to describe it for my Texans is it's got that good old Fort Worth feel. It's laid back, it's fun to explore, and everybody is incredibly welcoming, both local and for students from out of state. Campus itself is located right downtown on the bank of the Tennessee River. So students are going to get the best of both worlds, whether you want to walk downtown or you want to take a trip out into the mountains. The world is your oyster in that one. So for us, we are the flagship and land grant institution for the state of Tennessee with 24,000 undergraduate students and about 30,000 total. We are a larger university, so you are going to get that big school feel whenever you're on our campus. Since we are the land grant and we are the one-stop shop for the state of Tennessee when it comes to degrees. So with 360 different degree programs, anywhere from agriculture, social work, and engineering, and everything in between. Most of our popular ones for Texas students that come to Tennessee are going to be engineering, architecture, business, and nursing. We also have all of those pre-professional programs you guys may be interested in, whether that's law, medicine, pharmacy, or vet. Anything you can want under the sun is going to be right here on Old Rocky Top. We are an R1 research institution. For those of you guys who do not know what that means, it means you're going to get some of the best research opportunities in the country whenever you're on campuses with that classification. Because let's be honest, everybody that's going to medical school's got good grades, and everybody took the same biology class that you did. But what did you do outside of the classroom for those 4 years that's going to set you apart from everybody else? That's what those opportunities are going to do for you, whether you're working with the professors or you're doing it with Oak Ridge Laboratories not far from Knoxville. You're going to have all those things needed to set you apart, whether you're going into the workforce or you're going off to graduate school or that doctorate program. Now, all of you guys are looking for different colleges. You're here at these sessions. You probably visited some other ones. You'll probably go to some more ones tomorrow. Campus fit and culture is very important to you guys, right? And so like any big school, we do have hundreds and hundreds of student organizations, from academic to intramural to Greek life and anything in between. Like a lot of schools, you can create whatever organization you'd like to have while you're on campus. One of my favorite ones is the Sleeping Club. And it was a group of students who designed a group to get together with tents and blankets and all sorts of stuff out on the lawns during warm days and just have a nap. And personally, that's my absolute favorite. Now, for our campus culture, it can be best described with 3 pillars. These are things to keep in mind as you're looking at different schools. For us, the first one's going to be the volunteer spirit. Now, we are the only school in the country whose mascot is the volunteer, and we take that to heart in all of our different aspects of campus, whether it's our application process, academics, all of our colleges and departments, our student organizations, or even scholarships. We strongly encourage our students to serve others, and we give a lot of opportunities for leadership through service and giving back to the community, whether that's locally or globally. The second pillar is going to be our outdoor programs. I mentioned being on the Tennessee River and having the Smoky Mountains. Our students are adventure seeking and thrill seeking. They're always exploring. They're always out in the wilderness seeing what nature has to offer. And through, whether that's through sponsored trips from the university or you just go on to the Student Health Center, you check out a bunch of outdoor equipment and you go wander around the Smoky Mountains for a couple of days. So we encourage our students to get out and explore in that way too. The third one is going to be Division I SEC athletics. So the big games, big pride, all that kind of stuff like that. You get that traditional kind of Southeastern Conference football feel whenever you're at any of those games. Basketball going on right now. It is absolutely nuts at those games, as much as it can be in this sort of climate. But that's something that we're very proud of our traditions. And if you don't like the color orange, we might be a difficult place for you to be, because the place is, I would say, obnoxiously orange, or it is just everywhere on campus. It's throughout the town, and even the community is incredibly proud of the university that's there. So if giving back to the community is important to you, if being able to explore and have that adventure is great for you as well, and if you want a school that has those proud traditions and loves to have those type of athletics, then Tennessee may be a great place for you. Now, guys, I have to strongly encourage you to visit campus, because seeing is believing. I could talk about it all day and you can love what I say, but until you step foot on campus, it's really not going to make a whole lot of difference for you. It'll let you get a feel for what it could actually be like, choosing your home away from home for the next few years. We do have an airport that's less than 10 minutes from campus with direct flights from all over the country, several of them here in Texas. So please, if you get an opportunity to, come see us out in Knoxville, and you'll see my email address right there on the screen. Please reach out to me so I can talk to you about our admissions process, about our scholarships, and everything that we have to offer. I would love to discuss with you more about being a part of the volunteer family. And go Vols!
Fantastic. And so thank you so much to all of our institutions. And so what I want to do now, because we have a little bit of time, is I want to invite everybody to turn their videos back on. And I want to just kind of pose a question. What is your favorite event or tradition on campus? So everybody's going to have about a minute to answer, and we'll go in the same order that we presented. So Belmont University is going to be up first.
Yes, great question, because there are so many great events that happen at Belmont University, but my favorite one, hands down, is our Curb College Showcase Series. So we put on 6 concerts, full concerts that are only student run. So students are behind when it comes to production, performing at the concerts. They range from Christian music to R&B, to rock and roll, to country music, of course, being in Nashville. So it's an amazing, amazing series just to see what training the students have had in their undergraduate experience and see them putting it into work. Also, major music studios from Music Row come to that concert series in order to look for students, even to make them even celebrities. Hopefully in the future, we have some great alumni that come out of Belmont that are famous now. So it's an amazing experience. Even if you don't come to Belmont, check out that series. That's for me. Thanks.
So, as you heard in the video, Sewanee has a 13,000 acre campus, and we're the 2nd largest college campus in the US. And one of the reasons why I chose to go to Sewanee is that I loved the idea of being able to walk out of the door of my residence hall and within a half a mile be at the base of a waterfall or be rock climbing with my friends. And I just thought that was amazing. It felt like summer camp with classes to me, and I loved it. So one tradition that Sewanee students have is to hike the perimeter trail all in one go before they graduate. That's a 22-mile trail that goes all around our campus. So it sounds like a lot, but it's a lot of fun. It's something you can take the whole day to do with your friends, and is something that a lot of our students will choose to do before they graduate. I ran cross country and track at Sewanee, so you could find me out running the trails pretty frequently. So those of us on the team probably did that P trail run 20 or 30 times, but a lot of our students, again, will choose to hike it in a day before they graduate.
So for my favorite tradition, as you can see, I have Bryant-Denny Stadium behind me. My favorite tradition would have to be the Walk of Champions. It's right before each football game. People will line up like literally an hour or more just to get a good spot in front of the stadium, to be able to have a spot, to be able to see the players and Nick Saban walk to the stadium to play the football game. Some people don't even come for the game. They will just come for the Walk of Champions. So it's pretty awesome. We've won 17 national champions this year in our football team. So they've done really well, and very proud of them.
Let's see. My favorite tradition is probably going to be Dance Blue. It's a 24-hour, no sleeping, no sitting dance marathon. I think last year we had close to 1,000 participants. People go all out for this. Some teams form with different departments. It gets really competitive. I believe it started in 2006, and since then to date, we have raised $17 million for the Kentucky Children's Hospital. So the proceeds go to a really great hospital and the children there. And it's always really fun to see all the students get into it, especially when you get closer to that 24-hour mark. It's pretty funny to watch. There's always a live stream, so I highly recommend tuning into that if you want to see some of the fun going on.
Well, at the University of South Alabama, we have a lot of really cool traditions and events, but I think my favorite is just the week of welcome. It's the first week of the school year. We welcome new freshmen to campus, and upperclassmen get really involved. We have things going on every night of the week. So things like trivia nights, you can explore different clubs. There's always food to eat, barbecue and things like that. So it's a really fun way to welcome people to campus and make freshmen feel involved with the upperclassmen as well.
My favorite tradition on campus has got to be painting the rock. So on Tennessee's campus, you have a giant boulder whose name is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And it is tradition for every student to paint it at least once, whether it's game days, whether it's for like, history months or any kind of thing like that, fighting for breast cancer in October, things, the rock is always being painted with something, and students are encouraged to do, whether they do their own mural or they put a portion of it once before they graduate. And it is incredible to go out there and see it differently every day.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for all of our representatives for sharing not just their tradition, but information about their institution in general. Students, we hope that you've found this information really helpful this evening. Just a few things as we kind of wrap up. After you exit the webinar, there is going to be just a really brief survey to kind of ask about your experience. Please fill that out as it helps StriveScan plan future virtual fairs. The next piece is that, again, we are going to be having more sessions tomorrow through this college fair. So please, if there are some institutions you are unable to hear from, feel free to register for some sessions tomorrow. And also you'll have access to this recording as well as all other session recordings within about a week. And you can locate that at strivescan.com/Texas. So again, students, parents, friends, thank you so much for joining us. And again, thank you to our college representatives for the incredible information and for their time this evening. Thank you all so much and have a wonderful rest of your evening.